The latest episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County gave fans exactly what they love and hate about the show: nostalgia, messy drama, and way too many old rumors being recycled like it's still 2013. Season 19, Episode 12, titled Defense is the Best Offense, was filled with awkward confrontations, shady conversations, and Gretchen Rossi once again proving she can't return to RHOC without dragging Tamra Judge through ancient history. From fake carjackings at a self-defense class to decades-old boy band rumors, this episode felt like a mix of chaotic comedy and pure Housewives déjà vu. The episode opened with one of the most unexpected side stories: Gina dyeing her son Nicky's hair. For longtime fans, this was both hilarious and terrifying. Gina has never been known for her skills in the hair department. Anyone who remembers her early seasons knows she went through some rough wig and extension moments that will forever live in Bravo history. So, when Nicky actually trusted her to bleach his hair, it felt like a bad idea waiting to happen. Viewers couldn't help but wonder why he didn't let Travis, a babysitter, or literally a random stranger from the street, handle it instead. But surprisingly, Gina pulled it off, and Nicky's platinum blonde hair ended up looking pretty cute. Maybe Gina has finally redeemed her hair past, though most fans aren't ready to forget the tracks and tragic cuts just yet. But Gina's little hair adventure was nothing compared to what Gretchen had in store for the women. In a move that felt more like a Bravo producer's dream than an actual fun outing, Gretchen decided to take the ladies to a self-defense school. If that doesn't sound wild enough, the class included fake carjacking scenarios where the women were put through staged attacks. First up were Tamra and Gina, who nearly lost their minds when a giant tattooed guy jumped at them. Instead of standing her ground, Tamra hilariously shoved Gina in front of her like a human shield. Turns out the guy's name was literally Bus, which made the moment even more ridiculous. Then Shannon and Jen had their turn, and shockingly, Shannon, the queen of panic attacks and meltdowns, was the calmest one in the group. For a woman who can't open her fridge without spiraling, Shannon handled the fake mugging with an almost eerie calmness. Maybe she secretly found her true calling in survival scenarios. But the star of the event wasn't the training, or the fake carjackers, or even Shannon's unexpected bravery. It was Gretchen and her over-the-top outfit. She showed up dressed like she was auditioning for Tomb Raider, complete with a skin-tight catsuit, belt, holsters, and a dramatic ponytail. She claimed it just happened to look like Lara Croft, but nobody bought that excuse. It was clear she knew exactly what she was doing and wanted to look like the badass star of the day. Tamra immediately saw through it, and honestly, most of the cast probably rolled their eyes too. Gretchen has always been about appearances, and this was just another classic moment where she wanted to be the center of attention. The problem with Gretchen's return this season is that she hasn't brought anything fresh. Instead, she keeps digging up her old feud with Tamra that dates back more than a decade. Emily even joked in her confessional that she wished she had a time machine to go back to 2008, squash their beef, and save the world from endless boredom. Fans are feeling the same way. Watching Gretchen and Tamra rehash 2013 drama is exhausting, especially since it wasn't even that entertaining the first time around. Things got worse when Gretchen sat down with Slade and started revisiting one of the oldest, pettiest rumors in RHOC history: Tamra allegedly hooking up with a boy band member. According to Gretchen, she was just pointing out the irony of Tamra trashing housewives who sing while also recording music herself. But let's be real. She wasn't being clever, she was trying to humiliate Tamra. And the fact that she referenced a random blog post from March 2013 that almost nobody remembers proves how desperate she is to stir up old dirt. Not even the blog's writer, Lindsay, remembers that story anymore. This isn't Housewives history we're talking about. This is Housewives archaeology. Even worse, Gretchen tried to blame Slade for bringing up the affair rumor, saying she was just talking about the music. But viewers saw the footage back then, and Gretchen was practically drooling to drag Tamra into that mess. Trying to rewrite history now doesn't work. And while Gretchen insists she wants to move forward with Tamra, her actions show the opposite. Slade admitted he's still bitter about the past, which explains why these two keep circling back to it like a bad reality TV loop. The problem is, their attempts at taking down Tamra aren't even entertaining. Fans already have mixed feelings about Tamra, but Gretchen and Slade's messy strategy is so weak that they can't even win over people who don't like her. Meanwhile, Eddie Judge, Tamra's husband, gave some of the most grounded commentary of the night. In his confessional, he compared Gretchen and Shannon, pointing out that while Shannon might be dramatic and a little wild, she's ultimately harmless. Gretchen, on the other hand, he flat out called evil. That word choice may have been extreme, but it reflected how a lot of fans feel watching Gretchen manipulate situations and drag everyone back into the past. Back at the self-defense event, Emily, who can never resist spilling the beans, brought up Tamra's boy band rumor again, forcing Tamra to explain her side. Tamra admitted that she did go to a boy bander's house back when she had just separated from Simon and was starting to see Eddie. But she insisted it was innocent. She was just hanging out and having fun in the recording studio. Tamra's explanation actually seemed reasonable, and she owned up to the situation without sugarcoating it. That's one major difference between her and Gretchen. Tamra may be messy, but she admits it. Gretchen, on the other hand, constantly twists the narrative to make herself look like the victim. Things got even more heated at lunch when the women started drinking, and Gretchen once again tried to dodge responsibility by blaming Slade for bringing up the boy band rumor. Tamra wasn't having it and called her out in front of everyone. Heather and Emily backed Tamra up, pointing out that Gretchen let the comment slide instead of shutting it down. At the end of the day, even if Slade said it, Gretchen allowed it, which makes her just as guilty. Then Gretchen tried to make herself look powerful by claiming she has tons of dirt on Tamra but has kept quiet all these years. When a producer asked her in a confessional to elaborate, She completely dodged the question. The truth is, Gretchen doesn't have anything new. If she did, she would have already used it. Most of her gossip is over a decade old, and at this point, nobody cares. Fans don't want to hear about Tamra's 2010s drama anymore. They want fresh storylines. The argument finally exploded when Tamra stormed out, flipping Gretchen off with double middle fingers. But even then, the two of them couldn't stop fighting about the past. Gretchen accused Tamra of lying about her and getting involved with someone she sued, while Tamra accused Gretchen of having an affair with the same man. This rabbit hole is so dark and confusing that most viewers don't even remember the details anymore. It's Housewives lore so deep it probably belongs in a Bravo museum, not on a new season. In the end, the episode left fans frustrated with Gretchen. Instead of bringing fun or fresh energy back to RHOC, she's dragging everyone into ancient scandals that nobody wants to relive. Her constant need to rewrite history, blame Slade, and paint herself as the victim makes her look worse each week. Tamra may be messy, but at least she owns it. Gretchen pretends she's innocent while stirring the pot, and fans are seeing through it. Episode 12 of Season 19 showed exactly why Gretchen's return hasn't been the triumphant comeback she probably imagined. She's still stuck in the past, and her feud with Tamra feels like it's holding the whole cast back. RHOC works best when the drama feels current, playful, and just over the top enough to be entertaining. Instead, we're drowning in 2013 flashbacks. Unless Gretchen finds a way to move forward, her return might go down as one of the most disappointing in Housewives history.